everybody, I'm Chef Mareya, the Fit Foodie. I'm the founder of EatCleaner.com, and I'm super excited because I'm just about to release my trend report for 2020. I've been doing a trend report for the past, now it'll be 8 years, and every year I scour the market, I look at sales numbers, I follow influencers and see what's getting hashtag on Instagram, and I identify the hottest trends in the world of healthy food and beverage. And the reason that I like to do this is twofold. One, it really helps people out there that are trying to get their products to market and maybe making a splash in the industry, which is something that I love to do, is mentor other people that want to do that, since I got to do my own product line. And number two, it helps you know what to look for and what might be a fun thing to add into your repertoire. So let me share with you some of my favorite trends. You're going to have to check out the full report, which we'll link to right down below. But this is giving you a little peek under the tent. So one of the trends that we are seeing is the rise of honey. Now, there are a lot of sweetener alternatives that are calorie-free, like monk fruit and stevia and erythritol, and those are all things that I like to cook with and sweeten my foods with too. But if you are all about the taste of something that's sweet and the benefit of what a sweetener can bring to the table, then honey is your jam. Now, there's a particular type of honey that I'm focusing on in the trend report, and it's called manuka honey. Manuka honey comes from the manuka bush, and it's most popularly found and harvested in New Zealand. It's very expensive, okay, but a little bit goes a long way. It's very thick in texture, and there are companies nowadays that are at the forefront of being able to deliver this to you in a convenient package like Wetherspoon here. And this particular one is for immunity. Now, the benefits of honey are tremendous. I mean, it dates back to the time of Cleopatra. She used it as part of her beauty regimen, and she would bathe in milk and honey. But manuka honey in particular, because of its very thick texture, is something that you can eat by the spoon, and it does help with immunity. It's a natural antibiotic, antimicrobial, and I think, especially as we're gearing up for the cold and flu season, that this is going to become something that you want to turn to all the time. So because of the price tag, it's a little hefty. It's probably about 3 to 4 times the cost of regular raw honey. Know that it does go a long way. And because most of manuka honey is raw and unprocessed, you're getting the full benefit of the enzymes and the probiotics and everything else that it's bringing to the table to help you with your health. So manuka honey, check it out and make sure that you look out for that trend and maybe think about incorporating it into your own thing. I mean, all the cool people on Instagram like it, so maybe that means we should try it too. All right, another trend that you're going to see is the rise of the purple sweet potato. Now, it can be called purple sweet potato or purple yam. Sometimes they're called Okinawan sweet potatoes. Sometimes they're called ube, but it doesn't matter. They're purple, and they are such a beautiful purple color. And the reason that they're purple, that majestic purple, is because they're rich in anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are potent anti-cancerous agents. So the more purple food you can eat, the better. Plus, it does look really pretty on your Instagram feed, I'm not gonna lie. So I got wind of this fun company called Purpo. I met them at a trade show recently. They're making a granola and a hot cereal and also chips with the purple sweet potato, and they're using a variety from Taiwan. So this is something to check out because purple sweet potato is really versatile. It can be delivered in the chip or the granola or the hot cereal like I just showed, but it can also be something where you can make a smoothie bowl out of it. And sweet potatoes are extremely good for you. They're a great way to deliver high fiber, and especially for the women out there, sweet potatoes are really good for regulating your hormones, your estrogen and progesterone levels. So think about that, especially if you're going through certain life periods, aka menopause. Sweet potato is a really great thing to add into your everyday eating plan. So look for sweet potatoes. They can take you from breakfast to dinner and everything in between. And because of their gorgeous color, they're popping up like fireworks everywhere. Check it out. If you hashtag ube, UBE, just see the gorgeous pictures you're gonna find. They're pretty spectacular. Ube ice cream. looks really good. Okay, so that's the purple sweet potato. What else do we have? Plant-based everything. Okay, plant-based is a trend that I predicted back, 2013. I was talking about the rise of plant-based proteins and how they were going to play a huge role in our lives. Now, this year, just this year, 2019, Beyond Meat, which is a pea protein-based meat substitute, had the biggest IPO stock offering in 2019. So you know this is big business. I mean, Bill Gates is behind that company too. But the truth is, pea and plant-based protein are really getting to a place where you don't ever have to feel like you're deprived. There are other plant-based products out there right now too, like this cheese that I got wind of that is surprisingly good, even when it's not melted. And that is the proof positive that it's good. If you can eat it straight out of the package and not go, ew, even for the plant-based lovers out there, are you with me? You know it's pretty good. So this is a company called Violife, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, slices, and it also comes in a Parmesan. You guys, I'm totally gonna try and trick my kids tonight and put this on the table and see what they say. I have a feeling they're not gonna tell the difference, but that will yet to be proved. So look for all the plant-based alternatives out there, but there is one big word of caution. And I need you to come closer and listen to me on this because I got 2 fingers up in the air. That means I need you to listen. Plant-based proteins are all different. They are not created equally. And one of the trends that I'm talking about this year, and it's become so important because there are 24 million people in the United States that have very, very acute cases of allergies to the point where they need to carry an EpiPen. And if they eat something that they're not supposed to, or it's cross-contaminated, they can end up in the hospital or even worse. And that number is probably really low, to be honest. So this whole onslaught of allergen-free foods are taking over. And one of the biggest allergens is soy. Yes, S-O-Y, and that's soy. Soybeans are plant-based foods. They can be a great source of plant-based protein. I'm not dissing on soy, but what I'm saying is it can be a big allergen, and not all soy is created equally. If it's genetically modified and conventional, it's not going to deliver the same kind of nutrients as when it is non-GMO certified or organic. The way those products come about is completely different. I'm not going to name any names, but there are some products out there that are touting their soy products as plant-based alternatives to your burgers and your meat. And I'm just saying, proceed with caution. Okay, you heard it from me first. So things like snacking sunflower seeds. Okay, seeds are one of those categories. They don't fall into the nut category. They don't fall into the legume category like, some people are allergic to. But the seeds are usually something that people can eat. So you're going to see a lot more seeds out on the market. Chia seed, flax seed, hemp seed, sunflower seed, all incorporated into snacks. Sasha Inchi seed. This might be one that you've never ever heard of before because it's not as popular here, but it comes from the Amazon. It's full of nutrients. And again, it's a seed. This is actually like a alternative to peanut butter made from the Sasha Inchi. That's a mouthful. Sasha Inchi seed. So that's something that you can look out for also. We've also got products that are being made with sea vegetables like spirulina, blue-green algae, because they are absolutely full of nutrients and a wonderful plant-based protein that lives under the water. So products like this one, it's called Go Raw, and it's a spirulina, almost like a little bar. I actually had one yesterday for breakfast and it was really delicious. So getting the benefit of something like this that's also plant-based but not an allergen or a common allergen is a great thing to look for. So one of the big trends, allergen-free labeling. Moms, you know why this is so important. If you have an allergen kid or you have an allergy or somebody in your family does, you're militant about what you buy and where you eat. So wouldn't it be nice to have people actually tell you there are allergen-free things on the menu or in the store? As we continue on our plant-based road, we're also finding just an explosion of alternatives to pasta. Things that are made without the grain. This is a great example. This is a black bean spaghetti using something like black beans. We're seeing cannellini beans. We're seeing garbanzo beans or chickpea flour being very popular out there as substitutes. Because wheat, that was one of them that I forgot to mention. Wheat is a big allergen. You've also got something like the chocho flour. The chocho flour comes from the Andes, and this is made with lupini beans. So again, the whole spectrum of peas, beans, seeds, and all of these different things that are usually allergen-free, not for everybody, but for the most part, coming up in flours, pastas, snacks, butters, everything that can be an alternative to peanuts, for example, or tree nuts, or wheat. And then a trend that's not going to go away anytime soon is the paleo trend. Paleo diets are still incredibly, incredibly popular. What you are going to start seeing more of, though, is ways to enjoy paleo nutrition on the go. Like this guy, for example. This is from Paleo Pro. This is a product made with whey. They are using hormone and antibiotic-free sources for their whey protein. And one of the trends that I covered this year is the one and done trend. The idea that you can take a powder like this and create a whole meal out of it in a cup. You know, we're always on the go. We're looking for sound nutrition. Wouldn't it be better to shake something like this up than stop at the fast food place and get a burger? 100% every day. So you're seeing an onslaught of one and done types of meals where you can just literally rip the top off, throw it in a shaker cup, add water, shake it up, and you get all of your nutrients. You get your carbohydrates, your fat, your protein, other things added to it. Garden of Life makes a great product like that. It is the raw meal, and it is a meal. It's got over 44 different superfoods in it. It's got probiotics and enzymes and vegetables and greens and almost everything that we see on the table here in a powder. So check that out too, the one and done strategy. I've got a couple more things. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about collagen. Collagen is a trend that I talked about last year in my 2018 report. It's still hotter than ever. Again, you can add collagen to just about anything. I drink it in the morning in my coffee. I mean, you can add it into your coffee instead of creamer. I mix it into my oatmeal to give me a boost of protein. And if you're over the age of 35, I know y'all are young and cute and adorable, but your body pretty much stops producing collagen protein after the age of 35. And it's what holds your joints, your skin, your nails, everything together. So we got to keep it all together. So we got to put it back into our bodies. So that is a convenient way to get it in. You can even bake with it. I have a great recipe for banana bread in my new book, Eat Like You Give a Fork, The Real Dish on Eating to Thrive. There's a recipe in there using collagen in my banana bread. It's legit. And you can even drink it in ready-to-drink containers like this. Collagen water, according to my source at one of the popular natural food stores in town, she said collagen water is one of the most popular items in the store right now. It's like the fountain of youth, I guess, in a bottle. Go figure. And then last but not least, there are many other trends in the trend report, but I have to close with this one. It's CBD. Now, I did a whole podcast on CBD. You got to go read it, read about it, and listen to it. You listen to the podcast. And the reason that you need to listen to it, it helps you dissect and understand the difference between all of the different things that come from the hemp plant. Hemp is a plant, and it produces cannabis and products with THC, and it produces the oil like CBD oil that doesn't necessarily have THC in it, okay? So if you're looking at me going, why are you telling me about like Mary Jane, pot, and all those other things? That's actually not what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the hemp and the CBD, the things that don't have THC in them because they're not addictive. So we've got foods that are showing up with hemp in them, like this hemp bar. We've got milk. We've got seeds. And the truth is, hemp is an incredibly nutritious, wonderful plant-based form of protein. They have been using hemp in all kinds of production for a long, long time. But now it's much more widely accepted as an edible thing. The clean kind of edibles. So don't be scared when you see hemp. It doesn't mean that there's anything illicit in there. Same thing with CBD. Now CBD is making a big headway into the marketplace. For a long time, you were only seeing it on topical products. Things like lotions and pain relievers, analgesics, tinctures like this one from Barlians, who they're very well known for their oils. Now you're seeing it in all types of edible products. The caveat is the rules as of today are governed by state legislature. Okay, it is legal across the United States after the signing of the Farm Bill. However, the way it's used in different applications can be subject to state law. So that's why sometimes you'll walk into a store and you'll see products with CBD in it, and then other stores you won't, or in other states you won't. So until the wild, wild west gets wrangled up, just know that CBD can be a really effective thing to add into your everyday lifestyle. Maybe it doesn't come from food, maybe it comes from a drop. I know that Garden of Life makes a great product, and I talk about that on the podcast, but just know that it's going to show up in a big way. It's going to be like a $20 billion plus industry in the next 5 years. So that's a little peek under the tent. I hope this was insightful and fun. Make sure you text CLEANSE to 22828 to get the full 2020 Perfect Vision report. 2020 is going to be a big year, y'all. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm Chef Mareya, the Fit Foodie, signing off from Eat Cleaner World Headquarters.